everyone.
Good morning. Welcome to the 2 Mile High Club Cripple Creek Donkeys. We are here for Donkey Handling 101 Class 2. I have a helper who's figured out that I have treats. Today we have Calipso here, we have Hershey here for the moment. We're going to try pick up where we left off last week and do a little bit more hands-on for you guys versus me, because I handle donkeys every day of my life. I'm Kim Welk. I'm from Burro Base Camp in Kiowa, Colorado. We are a 501c3 nonprofit burro rescue. We bring donkeys in from various situations. We rehab their health and hoof care, and we gentle them so that they can be handled, and then we adopt them out to hopefully long-term and successful homes. So the donkey handling piece, show of hands of who was here last week. Those of you that were not here last week, used to handling donkeys, used to being around donkeys, no experience whatsoever. Okay, perfect. So what we worked on last week was just the basics of touching donkeys, of putting a halter on, of working with brushing, and we did a little bit of start to picking up hooves. So in general, those are the things that a donkey needs to be able to do in order to be successful and in order to receive the care that they need for their overall health and maintenance. So talking about their hoof care, the farrier and vet team comes up here 3 times a year as of right now, and they're trimming, so we're doing it once about every 16 weeks. Their hooves are getting trimmed. Ideally, the donkeys are able to hold their hoof up for the farrier and able to stand still. If they're not able to do those 2 things, then we ultimately sedate for the safety of the donkey as well as for the safety of the farrier and the vet team. So by working with these guys and by getting hands on them on a regular basis, and by getting these skills that we're working on to be a pattern of things that we're working on with them on a regular basis, the hope is that we can get more and more that no longer need sedation going forward, and that are willingly accepting farrier care and hoof care as well as their vet care without the need of intervention in order for those things to happen. We are going to work on today letting you guys get your hands on them and halter and get the feeling of what it's like to put a halter on, get the feeling of them moving around to get a halter on. Yes, we are. That's what we're going to do. It's going to be very fun. And as we progress through that, we're going to start to work on picking up hooves. It is 100% okay if you are not comfortable picking up hooves at all. If you do not want to be a volunteer hoof picker, if you do not want to be a volunteer hoof picker upper, that's 100% fine. There are plenty of things that you can do when you're out here volunteering to help with their hoof health by just touching their legs and by just doing those things, and we can teach you how to do all of those things safely and comfortably so that you're not in a position that you are not comfortable with. I will not force you to pick up a donkey hoof that you are not comfortable picking up, so the number one concern is that you're going to get kicked, obviously. I will help you with warning signs and things like that that are going to show you how to do it safely, but also when the donkey is giving a warning sign and what they're trying to tell you in order to help them succeed as well. So our goal is always success for the donkey. We want them to be set up for success. So just like last week, I walked in with my toolkit. They're probably a little bummed because I didn't put the grain in it this week. I did remember my climbing bag, so I have my treats on me instead of there, but it's okay for them to root around because all these guys are now curious as to what's happening and what she's getting that they're not getting. So anytime that I work with the donkey, I put them in a training pen at my house as well. And my reason being is because when you have 22 helpers trying to work with one donkey, it becomes complicated. And so in here, I have a safe place for myself, I have a safe place for this donkey, and we don't have anybody helping other than putting their noses through, which is fine. They're not coming in and invading our space, and she's not in a situation where she has to protect her food or her bowl or my attention. So again, setting her up for success, setting me up for success. These guys can watch. They're all learning by watching. And we'll bring in whoever wants to come in when they're ready to come in. But we, at our place, when we bring them in, we reward as soon as they come in. So they get a bowl of grain when they come into our place. That's how they know that they want to come in and that they learn that our pen is not a bad place. So I don't want it to only be that they go in a pen when our vet comes. I want them to be used to going in the pen, that they're comfortable doing it, so that when they do go in, they're not getting anxious about what's about to happen to them. I'm typically the bad cop, so especially with these guys, I show up and I help handle for the vets and the farriers for the whole day that they're getting, and that's most of the time that these donkeys see me. So I have to get them to the point that they trust me today and know that they're not going to get something that they don't necessarily want. I want it to be a positive situation for them. So taking time and just hanging out with her, petting her, she's seeing that I'm calm, she's seeing that I'm not anxious about anything, she's seeing that we're doing stuff and we're becoming friends, right? I'm not after her, I'm not forcing her to do anything yet, and when she tells me that she's done, I'm going to let her be done. So let's do 2 volunteers of who wants to come in and I'm going to work with rope halters today just so that you learn how to tie them. It's a skill that it's not a buckle like your nylon halters, but it's a good skill to have because if you're in the event of emergency and have to throw a halter on real fast, it may not be a nylon halter buckle.
Okay, so we have Calipso in the pen, and now we have Cheryl and Beth along with Ken. Thank you, volunteers.
So just take a little bit of time to talk to her, to tell her that, you know, now we've added 2 more people to the pen. She's wondering what's going on, right? So we just want to settle her down. They feed off of our energy. And so if we're anxious, she's going to turn anxious. She doesn't know what's happening, so this is great. Come here, little girl. Come here. Touch. Touch. It's all right. It's all right. Touch. Good girl. Good girl. So I'm only going to reward her if she's calm. I'm not going to reward her when she tries to back out.
I don't have any. Sorry, sweetheart.
So here we have a brush. She's used to being brushed, so let's just talk to her and tell her touch. Tell her that you're here. Good girl. Good girl.
Feels good, doesn't it?
Touch. Good girl. So you see how quickly she calmed down. But when we put 3 people in here, she got nervous about all these people being in her space. So suddenly our safe place that she and I were standing in was a little bit different for her. She didn't understand why. So had we kept going with her energy up, we would have set her up for failure and us up for failure. So by giving her the time to settle down, we're just talking to her. I'm trying to back pressure off of her so that I'm not involved anymore, but she knows that I have the reward too. So
Yeah, you're the good guy. We're the bad guys.
good girl. Touch. So anytime that I go in and touch a donkey, I always tell them the word touch. They associate me with rewarding in some way, shape, or form if they allow the touch. So they may not know the word, but they learn the inflection in my voice. And I'm going to tell them that I'm coming in to touch them so that they know that I'm about to do it. That way she expects it and she knows that something's about to happen, but she's not fearful of what's about to happen.
Question?
Yes?
If more people use that word, do they associate it more and more?
Yes, 100%. Yep. Yep. So everybody in our pens at our place knows the word touch. They learn the word touch. That's one of the very first things that we learn. If you start hearing touch, they come because they know that they're going to get rewarded. And so that's a means of us getting them to come forward with ones that have never ever been touched before. Good girl. It's okay. So you can see with her eyes, you can see the way she's holding her body. She's still not 100% sure of everything. Good girl. When they lick and chew, that means they relaxed. And so part of my reason for using food is not that they need food, it's that it's a reward, and they can't chew if they're not relaxed. And so if I can see her mouth moving, I know that she's less likely to kick me, she's less likely to react to me, because she's calm enough that she can chew. The other thing that you may see a donkey do in a pen with you, or when pressure is applied to him, is you may see him go to the bathroom. And that's an okay thing, because they're also releasing pressure that way. So it's okay if it comes out, because they're holding it otherwise. And when they release that big breath, it naturally happens. So it's very normal for that to happen. Sometimes as soon as they walk out of this pen, they'll release and they'll go to the bathroom as soon as they walk out as well. Good girl. So back off of her for just a second and give her a little bit of a break. Good girl. There's her release.
Oh, wow. Yeah, we cleaned up your release this morning.
So she needed a break. But she wasn't 100% to the point that she was so worked up that she needed a big break. She didn't need to get out of here. She just needed a second that they backed off. So the second that you take and you just step back for a second, she looked around, she took a deep breath, she released, and she stayed engaged with them because she was still looking at him to see what was next. So she's expecting something, but she didn't know what it was when they came in, and so she's been holding on to that until she just figured out that she was going to get a break. They're smart. They're really, really smart. Good girl. Good girl. So you guys are doing a great job with brushing and touching. You can tell her the whole time that you're doing it, touch, you know, so that she learns the word. She's backing herself in that corner again. That's probably a place where she's comfortable. The ones that were here last week, no different than Napoleon when he put himself in the corner. If that's where she's comfortable because she has a little bit less space around her, that's what we need her to be, right? Good girl. Good girl.
So do our donkeys know the word touch or not really?
They do because of me being
Okay.
around them, but I'm
Okay.
not around them a ton.
No, okay.
It's just a good universal word to
Okay.
teach. The other thing is when you're out handling donkeys, when you're in town and donkey derby days and all that, if you're the person that's standing in the pen with the donkeys, it's okay to tell the people to tell them touch, because then they know what to expect. But the other thing is that vast majority of your kids and your people that come in immediately put their hand down here, right?
Yep.
At their mouth, because that's how they're taught to interact with the dog. And so we're trying to teach our volunteers to tell everybody to come in at the head level and to pet up here on the head. These guys are all used to getting pet on the head because they're used to taking treats from the hands. My guys are pretty sensitive about this area because you're getting into their sensory zone. But if you stay away from mouths, you're much less likely to have little children fingers that look a lot like carrots going into mouths that hurts a lot. And they don't realize if they have a kid versus a carrot, their teeth don't have enough sensation to know what they're actually holding on to. And when they close their mouth, you can see she holds on to her mouth for a minute until she decides it's time to chew. So if she's got somebody's finger in there,
Yep.
she's going to hold it until she has a reason to chew and release. But the chew is going to be painful, but they're not going to let go of that finger until. Good job. So she did really well with brushing. Obviously, at this time of the year, they're pretty much shut out for the season. In the winter months, brushing can be very effective for them because their coats are so thick that they can't rub on the grass, they can't do their dirt baths the way that they want. So they may enjoy it more in the winter than they do in the summer because the curry comb can actually be a little bit abrasive on them in this time of year if they shed out pretty thin. These guys are already starting to blow winter coats, so they're already coming back in. The little bit of time that we had with them gone is over, and we're already back to building up for the winter. So that's fine. You can take as long as you want to brush. That's a great time for them to learn your heartbeat, to learn your voice, to learn your touch, all of those things. And they're staying engaged. These guys like to be brushed, so I would take advantage of it. If that's as much as you're comfortable with, call it a day. That's totally fine. At the next stage of things, so again, rope halters. This is a 4-knot. The knots go across the bridge of their nose. You want that on? Girl. Girl. So when I introduce a halter, I do everything from the wither's height. I don't bring anything into her face. I just brought it into her face. I let her smell it. It smells like other donkeys. It's just like a dog. She smells things. If she's comfortable with it, she's going to be more accepting of it. But I'm going to put it on her back. I'm going to put it, let her know that it's not going to kill her. If she moves around, that's okay. Touch, touch, good girl. So I told her touch and she paused a little bit, right? Yep. Good girl. Good girl. So haltering, go always in from the left side because it ties on the left side. I go around their neck first and then up onto the nose. This goes through the loop. I hold the loop tight so that it doesn't slide, just like you're wrapping a gift. And then I kind of make a loop around my thumb so that ultimately my halter ends up tying up the hill. If it's tied up the hill, if she pulls on it, yes, you did a good job. You did. Good girl. If it's facing downhill and she pulls on the lead rope, it's going to get looser. If it's facing uphill, it's going to get tighter. Good girl. Touch. So, I want you guys to put this on and off. And how many times do we do things? Three times. First time's going to be a fumble for both you and her. Second time should be a little better for both of you, and the third time should be a slim touch.
Touch.
Good girl.
Touch.
You're okay.
Oh, it's okay.
It's all right. Good girl. Good girl. Want me to tie it? Up to you. I'll just wait. Yep.
Two more times.
Yes. And taking it off, again, you can give her a full release. You can step all the way away if you want. Step back in. She's engaged. She looked right back at her. Let's do this again. Let's do this again.
So I have skincare and you'll feed me.
Deal.
And I'm totally okay with that.
Yep, absolutely.
Because the first time that you bring him in, and the first time that you're getting used to doing something, you're going to feel like you feed him a ton. Every time that you come in here, it's going to be less and less and less. You're going to get to the point that you can do the 3 halters on and off.
Without any.
It'll take you 4 seconds, and you'll be done, and she'll have had 2 cookies, and 2 cookies is not a bad thing. So I let my guys eat the whole time that the farrier's here. First time that we're getting trimmed, we go through a lot of grain. By the time they've been around for a while, it's 1 scoop of grain, their feet can be trimmed, and they're done, and they're out. And a scoop of grain is a whole lot less expensive than sedation is, a whole lot less invasive than sedation is, and the grain that I'm giving him is good nutrients and good health for him, so it's not anything that's terrible. So I can't use words. So I hold here, and I come up. I'm from underneath. Up from underneath. Yep. Okay. Good girl. Yep. So you can. The other thing that we use, these treats that I'm using today are the ones that used to be in your treat bags up here. So they're pretty low sugar, but animal crackers are about as low sugar as you can come. people in there.
Very good.
Good job.
Girl.
All right, so step in and your turn. You're being a very good student.
Very good. Thank you.
What? I don't have anything. Sorry.
So the other thing is if you're in a group of two, and I don't think that it's a bad idea if you're going to volunteer to have two people and have it figure out a time that you're going to meet up. If you're going to do specific work and training, I always try to have two that they're never going into a training pen by themselves, because in the event of an emergency, you never know if something's going to spook or react or do something. I want somebody that's there to help you. So it's fine if you guys are working in a team. It's fine if you guys are working in a team and you can encourage each other to show how to tie, how to, you may know something that she doesn't know. She may know something that you don't know, and you can work together and work off of each other. The good news is that the routine is the same no matter who we have in here. So if we pull Tarzan in here, we're going to do the same thing with him. Some of these guys are much less receptive to the halter than others. And so the more that you're doing this, especially with the ones that aren't, they're going to start to figure this out. Hi.
Beautiful
Hi.
setting.
I know you're in here and they're getting they're not getting treats.
What's the step after that? I keep missing the step.
They're not.
Then just turn it around and up.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do it after
We'll
this
bring you
next
in
one.
and let you tie.
The third time. Can I take it off? Can I take it off?
Good girl.
Oh, what a good girl.
Is that Reed?
Nope, this is the third one.
Hi, baby.
Good girl.
She's coming back to bite me again.
You're okay.
I know.
So for the most part, she's standing pretty still. If she decided that she was going to back around and move around, if you are able to hold on to her in doing that, I want you to tell her the word stand, and I want you to tell her not release your pressure off of her until she stands settled in order to do it. The other thing is that we're never taking their halter back off until they're calm. Like if she were standing at that corner, pushing, trying to get out, not getting her halter off. I want her to be on my terms before I release her. I want her to be on my terms no matter what I'm doing, because it's safer for both of us. And I don't want her to know that she's going to win.
Not John.
Not right now. All right, they need not.
Listening very vocal.
It echoes too. Very cool.
So why don't we bring in? Let's hang on haltering for a second, and she's being a good kid. So why don't you come in, and let's bring somebody else in who wants to try putting the halter on and off. You guys did a great job. Thank you. Yep. Come here, girl.
Go ahead, Shauna. All right, Rob, we'll get you next time, okay?
Well, hello.
Hey, Terry.
So you guys are new people coming in, right? So let's
No, I've been.
No,
I've
but
been around a lot.
just right now, coming in the pen, we
Okay.
just switched on her. So let's just take a little bit of time to talk to her, and you can pet and touch her. And if you went straight at her with the halter, she probably would be a little bit suspect.
They don't have any treats. Could I have one treat? We're just trying to get their attention to let them know there's someone at the.
Here comes Wendy. She knows.
See if we can get.
Keep talking to her so she knows what's going on. And so that's in her mouth.
She wants to stay here.
She might follow.
People are over there to go.
Okay, we are back live.
Put it
We
under
had some
her
Wi-Fi issues.
instead of coming at her from the head, and then you can just bring it up under her nose, and you haven't done anything to impede any of her sensory zone.
Okay.
Okay. Yep. Yeah.
Oh, I did it wrong. Yes.
There you go. You're good. So you hold it with that hand. There you go. Perfect. And here, I hold this right here.
You hold it like this so it doesn't slip.
Yep. And then I kind of make it all loose back around like that.
Oh, I see.
Our baby's doing good.
You'll have one more.
I trained her good.
Stand. Last time.
I'll be getting the donkey anytime.
So yes, Calipso is sponsored by Debbie Porter. Her sponsor's sitting right here.
So just show her where you want to be.
Right here.
And she's feeling very proud right now because Calipso is being such a good girl.
There you go. That's it.
Welcome back, everyone. Sorry about the Wi-Fi issue, but we are up and running.
Yep. So keep it here. Under. And then bring it. Yeah, it's kind of weird. There you go. And so you end up going, it'll just get tighter there because it'll make itself, the knot will just get tighter on that loop.
Okay.
And so it won't slide anywhere.
Stand.
You do it.
She was waiting for that.
She doesn't care about any stand.
No.
She just wants the treat. There you go.
But you can see if she was walking around in here, like walking, that you would be a
You have
moving
to-
target, right? And so the stand piece comes in if you need her to hold still. And she's going to learn to understand that she needs to sit. Who else wants to come in and do halters? Anybody?
I will.
Yeah, come on in.
You coming down?
Well, who else is going in? All right, I'll go. Can you hold that?
Oh, girl.
This one's used to having her legs touching.
Who's our subject for this summer?
We'll leave her. Yeah, let's keep going with her. Oh, go ahead. Yeah, come on. You can probably, all three of you can come in. Come on in, Tim.
What the heck? There's like a party in here now.
She smelled him as he went by.
So anytime that you come into a pen like this, obviously we're putting ourselves a bit in a precarious situation. This is a really big pen, so there's places that we can move safely. Just make sure that you're not getting yourself like locked up in a corner or someplace that you're stuck behind her legs, that you can easily get out. You don't ever want to like duck underneath their heads because they're going to be like, why are you coming underneath me? They're not used to people being there. So always keep your safety in mind. Always know your exit strategy. Obviously up and over is the fastest in and out, but we have a side that's not clamped down, so we can also get out there as well. So just think about those things before you put yourself into a position. When we come in, I said this last week, we go down to a triangle, so everything's happening on the outside of the triangle. We're not in a phase where I'm concerned about her kicking or coming after us, and so I'm comfortable knowing that we're okay in here, but I just want to make sure that we reinforce the safety piece and know that this is a wild animal. We're don't know what she's going to react or respond to, or she decides that she's done.
Big wild.
Big wild animal. Yeah. So go for it. So putting a halter on is a big deal because everything that they do, they need a halter on. So anytime that they go to a parade, anytime that they go in the pens up in town, they typically have halters on when they're in the pens. Anytime that they're going for walks or getting led, they have to have a halter on. Anytime that they're working with a vet, a farrier, they have to have a halter on. So this is a key skill that they need to know. And Nugget, or Napoleon and Misty, who we worked with last week, this needs to be a reinforced habit that they learn. She's pretty familiar with the halter, but the reinforcement is not a bad thing. My personal donkeys at my house, our halter training tip used to be that they were not allowed to go out to the pasture until they had a halter on, and I would put them in a bucket, and I got to the point that my miniature would actually hand out the halters to everybody because he knew that he didn't get to go until they had them on. And so they learned to put their halters on, and they learned not to move and to stand still so that they could go out to pasture. So you can connect it to a reward like that. You're not going to get to go until we do this. They're going to figure out real quick to do it and just be done with it so that they can move on the day and go out with their friends, right? Good girl.
Good girl, Calipso. Touch.
Good question. You lost out.
You think I'll help show?
So she's coming to expect a little bit that again by her mouth is a treat, and that's partly the visitors, but it's partly us. So the more that you can feed that halter from around the neck and not getting into her sensory zone, the less likely she's going to grab at your hand.
Good job. Good job.
These halters are nice because they're stiff, and so you can
Easily put it
do the little wrist flip and they pop up on there.
You weren't doing your job. You didn't reward. Like Sunday
did.
morning. She was
Yeah.
There you go.
I know, she knows I have them in my pocket.
So if you have two people, the second person can be your distraction, right? Take the attention away from her hands and allow her to work. Good job.
Good girl. Good girl.
So she's going to be an old pro at
So
the halter
now-
by the time we're done.
How?
So
Yep.
with that being low, not as high as you'd want, do you pull on it or do you manually move
You
with
can
your
do
hand?
it. You can adjust it. What's going to end up happening is you're not going to have enough tail to tie.
Right.
And so you're going to have to shift it around.
No, I just in regards to the donkeys.
Getting in their zone.
Right.
Yeah, no, I mean, you can do a lot from down here.
Got it.
Okay, so I hold right here.
Okay.
On your loop.
Okay.
And I make my loop go around.
And then under.
Yep. And so see, it ends up with this piece
Okay.
as part of my knot, and that's what keeps it tight.
Gotcha. Good, Calipso. Good touch. Touch. So you went like this. And then from under.
Yep.
I know, good girl. Like that.
Good girl.
Good. Good girl.
And you can feel if you have the knot right or wrong. I'm a horrible knot tire. I was a ski patroller.
Good job.
I never ever could get my stupid knots right on the closure fences. I can only show you. I can't tell you, but you can even take that rope halter and just put it over a panel and tie. The more you do it, I do this enough that I know how to do it now, but I can't tell you how to do it. I have to show you how to do it.
Good girl.
So, in truth, she's probably not getting any more treats here than she would be getting there. This is the third set of people that we've had there since we've been here, right? So.
Somebody just had their fingers.
It's
on
great,
it.
yeah.
Yep, perfect. Good girl. Good girl.
Very. But you got to be pretty used to it
Yep.
by now.
Yep.
Again?
Hey guys, make up your mind.
Her stomp was flies on her legs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you're welcome.
I see. Yep.
These guys are getting trimmed. Their feet are getting trimmed at the end of September. So we're about 4 weeks out now from their feet getting trimmed. What we're seeing overall in the donkeys in Colorado right now with all the moisture that we've had as of late is that their feet are growing like crazy. So these guys will be long by the time we come in. So fortunately we do have a September trim this year.
Because
so they're
there's
not
no
go across the
abrasion.
nose. What's that?
Is that because there's
The moisture
less abrasion?
is just like our, our fingernails and stuff. Like they grow because of the moisture, and there's so much moisture that they're not staying hard; they're staying soft. And so when they're walking on the ground's not being abrasive on their hooves either because it's not rough enough to beat them up. Nice job. Yep, perfect.
Little Boy Scout.
There you go.
Some things you don't forget.
Good girl. Good girl.
You're next.
So come behind her. Just tell her that you're there. Put your hand on her butt the whole time. Tell her touch. Tell her touch. And stay as close to her butt as you can, going around her. It's actually safer to be closer than it is to be at the length that the leg can go. If you're standing right there, she can't get anything up to get any power at you.
Touch. Okay. One more time.
The guy showing for maybe showing different ones.
Yep.
Showed the bowl line.
Here we go. Ready?
That's what you see the dragon bowl.
You know the drill.
No.
On it goes.
Had a bowl line, laid it down on the ground and drug it over.
Nice.
He did. Oh, I mean, I gotta show that to the captain.
Right? Good job.
There you go. You all good? All right.
You gonna get around?
Perfect. Sure.
Excellent. All right, that's
So bring it around below that.
below. Okay.
Yeah.
We gotta get
So then
Tarzan
you
in
use
there.
that as your leverage to stop it.
Yeah.
He is a good boy.
So if you're new
One more time.
volunteering, you're new to handling these guys,
Touch.
obviously she's a very good candidate because she's
Touch.
been very patient. We've been working with her for close to an hour. That's a long time for a donkey to stand. I always tell my adopters that I want you working with your donkeys consistently multiple times a week, but I don't want you scheduling an hour and a half on your calendar to say this is donkey training time. I want you to work with them in 10 to 15 minute increments because their minds get tired too and they need a break.
Okay.
She's done really, really well.
I never made it past Cub Scouts, so.
I didn't either.
All right. So down. Hold the knot.
So bring it all the way here and then bring it up through.
You don't have like a little clip for a
Nylon halters.
Velcro, little Velcro help.
Velcro, I promise you will not hold on to the donkey that's trying to get away from you. I don't care how good the Velcro is.
Is that right?
Yes.
So you're being so good. He's a good donkey.
I've been knocked on my butt and lightly trampled once.
I've done it multiple times.
So,
One more
And
time.
you
we got spooked. They had a big banner. We get ready for parade. They laid it down.
One more time.
Wind caught it and skittered across the ground. And all four that we had shied away right at me.
Oh.
One more time. Okay.
I bounced.
Okay. Here we go. Would you guys make up your mind? You put it on. You take it on.
Well, Kim, I have noticed that these guys seem to be better placement on their feet than horses.
They're much more sure-footed than a horse.
Because I've been stomped on before by a horse, and these guys seem to always know where not
Know
to
where
stand.
you are. Yep. So they're part of that is how their pupils are aligned. They can actually see all 4 feet at the same time.
Okay.
So they keep very aware of where they are.
All right.
Good girl. So let's give her a break.
Yep.
And we might actually bring somebody completely different. Do you want to do this, Walter? Okay. Whoever hasn't gone, let's bring the last group in and do her, and then we'll give her a break, and we'll move on to the next thing after we take a little break. You 3 are the last ones that we need?
I think so.
Okay.
Well, hey, girl. It happened.
That's why I work real good.
But I was noticing that these guys haven't stomped on my foot unless they meant to.
I do wear steel toes.
But, I mean, I've worked with the doctors. They haven't stopped on my foot unless they meant to stop on my foot.
I'm sorry, baby.
Like horses just seem to like, all they do is, you know,
I don't
step on
have no
everything.
treats.
You're the one that went back.
Good girl.
Dirtbag.
Good girl.
So she's given into the whole process now, right?
Yeah.
She's figured out it's not so bad here. They're feeding me treats. They're all giving me love. Nothing bad has come of the halter getting put on. She hasn't had a vet show up. She hasn't had the farrier show
Oh,
up.
yeah?
So this is all good things.
Huh? You want to smell it? Yeah. Huh? Yeah. Good girl. Good girl. Yeah. Smell it?
I care if you bend over.
Oh, yeah. That's what I wanted. I wanted the cookie.
So this is
Oh, I shouldn't say
Debbie,
that. Donkey treat. Donkey treat.
who is Calipso's sponsor.
So I just keep
Good girl.
Thank you for sponsoring Calipso.
Oh, you're welcome. She's a good girl.
She is a good girl. Look
Are
at
you a
her.
good girl? I don't have cookies. Yeah, talk to. Oh, yeah. You gotta talk to Kim.
She says, but you should.
She's the one.
You should.
Okay.
You have to do it one more time, and then I'll give you one.
Okay. One more time, she said. One more time. Yeah, good girl. Oh, good girl. Okay.
So part of the treat thing with me is that I also don't want them to come to expect treats from me all the time. At my place, I don't ever walk in with treats because I don't get anything done by going with treats. So if they come to not expect it every time, they're going to be less grabby.
No, I think good girl. Depending on the attention. Very proud of you.
And she's stood very nicely multiple times that she's done it, and I haven't had to reward her.
Good girl.
We might be at, an hour's length time.
Hey, sweetheart, it's my turn.
She might be done.
She's about
Yep. And she deserves to be.
You done? You take a break for a moment here? You just scratch you?
A couple more times. You're almost done.
Okay, coming at you one more time, sweetie.
Good girl.
All right, you good? One of those.
Knots on the nose.
Yep. I know, it's my turn now. Touch, am I okay?
Kim, how often do they get their hooves trimmed?
These guys are getting trimmed 3 times a year.
3 times a year. Is that kind of normal
There you
for
go.
I don't know.
That'd be good.
Horse or donkey person?
It can be anywhere between about 8 weeks on the short side. How often is she getting trimmed? 8, 6 to 8 weeks. 6 weeks.
6 weeks?
No, we gotta do it again before you get a treat. Gotta do it again before
We
you
have
get a
some that go 6 months.
Oh, okay.
Some of it, again, depends on if this were rock solid and we hadn't had any rain and they're getting worn down pretty well. Yeah,
They need to get so.
yeah, we were just talking about how long they are because of the moisture.
One more time and I promise you. How's that?
Well, this year,
No, no.
we've been way, this is what we're seeing across the board. Good job, girl.
Sorry, folks. Wi-Fi's a little spotty today.
Say where they're from or anything?
Thank you, sweetie.
This is it.
It'd be hard to keep it dry.
This is it, girl.
I'm done touching.
Yeah. Yeah, we got bad enough time just trying to keep the hay cube dry.
Good job, little girl.
So the nylon one's easier?
Nylon? Yes and no.
50-50.
Ready?
I think that you can get a much tighter tie on a knot, on a rope halter. It fits them a little bit better here, because the donkey's shorter than a horse, and most of the halters are made for horses.
Girl. Good. Go again?
Yep. So they're a little bit more flexible as far as the fit. This is more universal than a nylon because you have to make adjustments to buckles and things like that as well. They have their halters here. Most of the time they kind of end up in the same one. And these guys, maybe not. The 4-knot may be aggressive for them because they're pretty used to pressure release already. My guys don't know pressure release, so the knots help me as a tool because it teaches them that they don't like that feeling on their nose. Got it. And so you could switch to a 2-knot where it doesn't have these two, it only has the outside two.
Can't walk you through that.
Yep.
So,
So go behind.
Yep.
Bring it around. Anybody have questions?
perfect.
This stage of the game. We're going to take quick 5 to 10 minutes. We're going to switch out donkeys. And if you need bathroom or restroom, park, porta potty, grab some water.
All right, folks, we're taking a short break. Hi, Paul. Paul Conway is a very big supporter and donor. Thank you so much for coming on today and watching. We will be back. Kim, about how long? I'm going to say about 10 minutes. We will be back. And we're going to bring in a different donkey and we're going to do some different handling skills. I think we're actually going to be picking up hooves. So stay tuned. Thanks for tuning in.